All right, so thanks for coming in another video. We're gonna be working on the trailer again today, but this is gonna be probably a multi-day process because there's some wind, or rain rather, coming in, and I can't do what I'm about to do if there's rain. So anyways, being less cryptic, kind of talk you through what I'm actually doing. So I'm actually putting in a ventilation fan in the ceiling of my enclosed trailer just because it gets really muggy and stagnant air at night. That you can leave a door cracked to pull some air in, but it just doesn't have a chance to go anywhere. So what do? We put in a vent fan. I've got battery surplus with my battery system, so if I'm not using it, I can just leave it on like the one power setting or the one speed setting and just help circulate air. And when I'm at the track, can turn it up, can vent my trailer a little bit better than what I'm currently doing, and yeah, be happier, I guess. All right, and we are here inside the trailer, getting ready to probably cut out or get ready to do the work to make a big hole in the ceiling. So, as I said in the intro, that MaxxFan Deluxe is gonna be going in the ceiling of my trailer, and yeah, it's gonna be a big hole. Anyways, that's why we got the butyl tape to go between the ceiling and my flange. It's going to be in here, and then we've got 2 cans or tubes of this lap self-leveling sealer to go on the outside of my flange. And we'll go ahead and open this in just a second, but I've already got my ground run. I'm actually tapping into an existing ground for that outdoor lights back there on the other side of the door. So that's where my ground's gonna come from. Power is gonna be its own little dedicated spot in there. But to get to that, I've got to be able to run wire through that hole that I'm running my solar through. And this 5-foot fish stick, push stick, whatever you want to call it, well, I'm about 3 inches too short from being able to attach wire to it. So it looks like I have to run home, grab my actual fish tape, just to be able to pull the wire in, which, not the end of the world. All right, so we do get things unboxed. We have our, I guess, bottom flange, our flange for the top, and then the actual fan itself. It does come with a remote and remote holder, which is fantastic, so I don't have to 3D print one. And then obviously the batteries. So what I'm gonna start to do first is get things kind of laid out, get template kind of made in this area, at least marked center. And then from there, get everything set and ready to drill and cut without doing the drill and cutting yet. All right, so got everything kind of unpacked. Went ahead and threw the remote up just to get it out of the way. And this is what we've got. We've got our garnish ring, we've got our ceiling, the top of ceiling bracket, and then we have our actual fan itself. So how this is gonna go down is this is gonna go on the ceiling or the roof of the trailer on the outside. These metal tabs are gonna be on the sides. And then after that, and then the fan itself with the louvers backwards. So you can see the louvers here. So when it does open, it's gonna pivot forward. So when that is in, we can go ahead and secure the fan to the actual roof shroud. And then this garnish ring is gonna kind of be trimmed to fit on the ends. All right, so one thing that I didn't realize before I bought this, and maybe this will help you before you buy yours, is the ceiling is supposed to be 1 1/8 thick minimum, up to like 6 and something inches thick. So mine is not. That gray material there is like maybe 1/8 of an inch. It's not thick at all. But I do have these black ceiling structures that are 1 inch. So I just need to get a couple pieces of wood, get them painted black, and then they're going to span the distance between rib 1 and rib 2. Shouldn't be too big of a deal, have those just on the inside, just to try to frame it out a little bit. That way that when this is actually mounted, it has something to actually pull against. Most of my anchoring is going to be on those ribs, but the other side that goes lengthwise on the trailer, I guess down the trailer, I want to make sure that they're having something to bite into and hold tight as well. So, yeah. Roughly got things laid out with my four corners. So I'd need a 15-inch piece of wood here and 14 3/4 there. And then that should get me right where I need to be. All right, so as you can see, we got sunlight, different shirt. It's been like 5 days with just nothing but rain. So now it's time to actually go ahead and continue progress with the fan. Let's get our corner holes drilled through, and let's get up on top of the roof and go ahead and get this hole cut out. This will be the most anxiety I've had with this trailer in a bit, but should be pretty straightforward. Let's go and get to it. We are committed to do this project now. Got 4 holes in my otherwise good ceiling. So now let's go ahead and get up on the roof. We are going to use some plywood basically to span each of these bays to help distribute some weight, because I'm 250 and I don't know how strong this ceiling actually is. So we'll find out. Time to get up there. So my little inverter that I bought, $40 inverter, should be able to keep up. It's 500 watts. This jigsaw at 120 at 3.7 amps. That puts me at like 444 watts out of 500. So should be able to keep up. If you haven't seen from other videos, me climbing on extension ladders, especially in wind on gravel, with no one around, especially going on to a structure that is not intended to hold 250-pound humans. It's always just a little bit of anxiety when I'm doing it. But anyways, it's not gonna happen if I don't do it, so let's get to it. Yeah, I definitely stalled on these parts of the project. I just don't like doing it, so. Grow up, Peter Pan, let's get it. Well, I have a hole now. Phrasing. Hole cut. Is it square? I highly doubt it. All right, so now that we've got this, I guess, size cut up on the ceiling or roof, I went ahead and marked mine with forward, rear. Clips are going to be on the side, and that allows the rear of the vent to be facing backwards, to not catch air while driving. Let's get this flipped over, and what we have here is just butyl tape. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple seams around this perimeter, hopefully help it seal a little bit better, and then we'll go ahead and go up and drop it on. All right, so we have our steel running this way on the hole. So these pieces of wood are going to give this this flange something to grab into on that side and this side. And we'll use self-tappers into the actual steel on these sides. So pretty straightforward. Hopefully time-lapse gets it. Okay, so we're prepped, we're ready. Next step is literally just using the self-leveling sealant, lap sealer, self-leveling, blah, 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 blah. And we're gonna cover all the screw holes and then make a little skirt off of this flange all the way around. Hopefully 2 tubes is enough. And yeah, let's go ahead and get it. I'm gonna work my way from pretty much here around and work myself backwards, I guess, I don't know. All right, and just like that, we've got all of our sealant on, and yeah, it's gonna do its self-leveling thing, and that's really about it. So next step is going to be drop this fan in. Obviously, wires go into the interior of the trailer, and we got 4 screws that are going onto our mounting clips. Pretty straightforward. All right, and just like that, believe we are done. Go ahead and peel our protective plastic off. Boom. There it is. Ha-ha! So, remote makes it a whole lot easier. But yeah, she works. She works. Not sure what I'm gonna do and how I'm gonna have it set. Probably just have the inside temperature as a set point. And once we hit that set point, it opens. So, just checking it. At 10%, it is pulling like 2 watts. So really not that much power. Way less than half an amp. So yeah, it's going to be able to run for quite some time, and yeah, we'll continue on. All right, so all the tests have been done. You've already seen that. Now it's time to trim this beauty ring. And yeah, let's go ahead and get that trimmed up. Cut it down, and then we'll worry about tucking the wires and zip tying everything up. All right, so life's been a bit hectic, and this is now probably a month and a half, 2 months after real life. But the fan's been in. I've now gone to 2 events, one in Atlanta and one in Connecticut. Those videos are coming out probably a little bit later. But yeah, got the fan in. It works. It doesn't work as well as I'd like it to. So it only pulls about 900 cubic feet per minute as what the fan's rated for on high. And my trailer interior volume is about 1,500 cubic feet of air. So in theory, it takes about 90 seconds to swap all of the air in my trailer. Well, cool, but it doesn't really do anything for cooling and being able to sleep at home. So being able to prolong the interior components of my trailer not being in stupid hot, great, it works well. But being able to make me comfortable and sleep at 70 degrees and 50% humidity, it ain't this. I just have too much volume of air to really do that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.